You're watching the Micro Sessions on the WorkShop Studio and Micro-Brewery channel, a 30-minute program featuring the best in local home brewing and homegrown music in the Shenandoah Valley of Virginia. Our program features beer tastings, interviews, and discussions with local artists and brewers filmed in front of a studio audience. So, crack open an ice-cold brew and join us on our many adventures as we explore the world of music and beer. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the WorkShop Studio and Micro-Brewery channel. I am your host, Leo J. Bailey, and after months and months of us being stuck in whatever the hell you want to call this crap, we finally have ourselves another edition of the Micro Session. Woo! Okay, I'm done.
All right, good night, everybody.
Good night, everybody. So, First and foremost, a couple things. Tonight we're going to have two different beers, and as the new segments have come, because the micro sessions are a little different than the studio sessions, we're going to have a beer segment. We are not going to have a brewery invasion like we did on the first one, but we do have some live music. He has been on the show before with Michael.
Yeah, Michael.
That you had, Michael. Everybody, please say hello to Mr. Matt Chellini. And do you have a name for
Welcome to our neighborhood. Yes and no. We're going by the Rivers Edge right now.
So Matt Chellini and Rivers Edge, let us get everyone to introduce themselves. Over on my far left, who do we have over there?
Why am I even doing this? I'm not part of the band.
We have Mr. Lee Blanton. We have Carl, part of the brew crew. We have Matt. Matt, would you introduce your gathering of musicians?
I have Chris Godby and Deb Taylor.
And each plays what and does what?
Chris plays bass and Deb sings harmony.
And
I'm enjoying the beer.
Yeah.
And Jason over here will be drinking your beer.
Jason, I'm already a fan of Jason because Jason's already told me he likes IPAs, which is a lot more than I like him because he doesn't. So, we have today. This is the second version of a Belgian Witbier. I almost had a bug fly into my beer. This is a second version of a Belgian Witbier. Everybody's already tasted this and nobody has to bullshit. Enjoy. Toast. Cheers, people. Thanks for coming today. The first one, nobody here had a chance to try. I saved none of it for none of you.
Yeah.
All 3 gallons.
We see how you are.
Oh,
Leo.
yes. All 3 gallons were all mine. But I liked it so much that I thought, well, I need to brew it again. The problem that pops up is in the middle of the summer when you're brewing and you're shipping materials. You're shipping, your grains and stuff, piece of cake, no problem. Liquid yeast does not ship well in the middle of summer.
No.
And I I only had one extra package of the White Labs Belgian Wit yeast. I already had it in the fridge, but I'm saving that for later. So now what am I going to do? So I went online and I went to checking what's a comparable yeast to the White Labs, and I discovered there's a company called Safe Ale, and they make this yeast. It's a dry powdered yeast called T58. One of the characters that they said that it gives is almost a peppery note, which I get. I don't know if everybody does. Matt will not get anything that's in this beer. He's going to taste things completely different.
Just because of the banana.
Just because of the banana Kolsch.
I swear it tastes like banana.
I think the Ren like the pepper taste.
I would think so. I don't know what you're talking about.
As soon as you said that, the Ren.
Oh, the Ren flew through here. So, the other thing that is added to this that was not in the first beer is coriander, which is much more of a traditional Belgian flavor, and I cut that in half. So, personally, I dig it. I'm a big fan. Mr. Blanton, did you try this?
I did. I
He
loved
drank it already.
You drank it already? Good Lord, man. Now, I know these aren't like 16-ounce mugs or something, but...
Yeah.
Good Lord, sir.
Sweet.
You like it?
Yes, it's nice and smooth, little peppery, little fruit.
Okay, you get a little bit of that.
Yeah.
Yeah, like a lemon or citrus a little bit.
I
There's
might have to have
probably,
4 more to really do
probably
it.
Yeah.
yes. We
Four
all
more
are going to
gallons.
need about 4 more. The Citra hops are non-traditional for this style of beer, but I like it because of those notes that it gives. You dig it? He's a beer dude. I love having Carl here because Carl likes everything
like IPA?
except IPAs.
IPAs, I don't. Yeah, anything IBU about 30 or higher, no, I can't do it. Sorry.
I can't.
For this one, the higher the better.
Yeah.
No, I wouldn't go that far, but I mean,
So, before, just to answer your question real quick, because I can never remember things off the top of my head, this had, where the hell the IB? 19 IBUs.
I believe
Yep.
that. Yeah, this
Yep.
is good.
What's the ABV on that?
ABV on this came out to, oh crap, I never wrote it down. I think it's 5.6,
Yeah, that's about right.
We'll find out. after
5.8.
Yeah.
There's a calculation, and I don't. If somebody's got a calendar, I can give you the numbers. You can crunch it. A calendar, calculator.
It might have more ABV
No more
than
beer
you
for
thought.
Leo.
No more samples.
Has something to do with July.
Yeah. How many fingers opened up? Thursday.
Guilty. Hey, you can't talk because when I had that honey kolsch that I made last
yeah,
year,
that was so good. Yeah.
The banana
I'm
Kolsch.
guilty as charged.
he was mostly guilty for emptying that keg.
That was all me.
That
That was very
Pretty
good.
much hovered around it the
Pretty
whole
much
day.
he did. Well, so did Tiffany. So
Yeah.
Tiffany was a big fan of that one that day. Real quick for you beer nerds, brew tubers, you guys, you know I love you guys, so you guys are going to want to know this. It is 45% Pilsner malt, 45% white wheat, 9% flaked oats, of course the T58, and a 1/4 ounce of Citra hops. And, half ounce of sweet orange peel and a 1/4 ounce of
Yes, yeah,
coriander.
orange peel on
That's the probably the fruity or the Citra that you're
Yeah, I
getting.
get a little bit on the end.
A little bit on the back end of it. Your thoughts on this one? You dig? You like this
I think
one
it's
almost
really
right off the
easy to
bat.
drink. Yeah.
Yeah.
I could totally. Great for a hot day like today.
This is the biggest reason that I brewed.
Lay down
this
over
one.
there an alternative.
Yeah, we're ready for
Just
cake
hook
stands.
just hook a host to it. What'd you think, sir?
Absolutely love it.
I thought you dug it when you tried it earlier. I was
sir.
very happy to see that. Deb, what are your thoughts?
I don't hate it. Which,
There's a backstory.
that is
That
what I
is-
breathe.
That is the compliment that I wanted today.
highest praise for beer she can give.
I have tried for 20 years. I've been trying to find a beer that I can take more than one sip of. And this is my second cup of this.
And you've
I'm
gotten
gonna
a
finish
second
it.
cup
That's
of
kinda
it.
like
That's
4
pretty
stars.
cool,
I've
man.
never
It is. It's
been
impressive.
able to drink. I mean, I'm not
Very impressive.
exaggerating. Like, you see me
No.
take a sip of beer and I just cringe and want to vomit. And this does not make me want to vomit.
I will.
There you go. She doesn't want to
Oh
vomit,
my
Leo.
God!
We're gonna have to
Good
put
night,
that-
people. We're done. I can't do any better than that.
Hey, can you put that on
I'm
the
gonna have
bottle?
to have that.
I don't want to vomit when I drink
There's
beer.
your label. Wonderful.
Jason, what'd you think? You
I
dig it?
finished mine quick. It's great.
You're
It's
pounding them
amazing.
down, dude.
Yeah, that's good.
I'm very happy with this one, and I usually tell everybody be 100% honest because sometimes I know that it's iffy. I've done porters, I've done bourbon barrels and stouts. I did what was that, brown ale?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Brownie,
It got better.
Actually, it did, yeah, because we came over at one time, we finished it
It-
off, and it did.
I've
get
learned
better.
that about darker beers let it age. It did get better in time, but for the show it was really young, and it just, yeah.
Was that the maple?
Maple brown ale,
Oh, wow.
and it was no maple.
Yep.
It was
Just
still
brown.
a juvenile.
And it
beer.
was very, very much a juvenile. So I've made mistakes.
like
I've
brown.
I've had hit or misses, but here lately I've been fairly consistent. I'm starting to really kind of knock them out.
You could bottle this and I would buy it, which I can't explain
Never
what a
happened.
high
Now we're gonna
praise
have your
that
quote
is.
on the bottle.
That
says it
is
does-
the
I won't
second
I don't-
time
this doesn't make me
somebody's
throw
told
up.
me that.
I would 100% buy this.
And he was the first one.
Yeah.
On the
Yep.
Kolsch.
The
The
Kolsch,
yeah.
when I made that honey Kolsch,
Yep.
he flat said if this was at a brewery,
I give you money.
I'd
Yeah.
give you
Shut up
money.
and take my money.
And that's what I want. Actually, for any of the brewers, and I'm on there's an online club that I belong to that's on YouTube. I've got Instagram, I've got Facebook, and I've got a YouTube channel that I do brew reviews, and this is where it's going to air. And that's what we're all after. We're all just trying to brew something we really like, which is number one, and then you hope that other people are really going to dig it. So
It's delicious.
that's what we're into. Folks, coming up next, you get to see a song by Matt Chellini, and let's see if I can remember, and Rivers Edge.
Yep.
Damn it, I remembered that. That's awesome.
Good
what's
job.
the song? What's the song that you guys are going to do for us tonight?
We're gonna play Chemistry.
Chemistry. Matt Chellini and Rivers Edge. You're going to see that next. Rock and roll.
When can we try to see if we have any chemistry? No, I'm not talking about science class. I want something that is gonna last. Let's just try it and see. When I saw you in your long lab coat, it made me think about a song I wrote. It was about you and me, and if we were a possibility. And I know that I just met you, but I keep on thinking about what we could do. So next time you come to see me, let's find out if we have chemistry. Yeah. When can we try to see if we have any chemistry? No, I'm not talking about science class. I want something that is gonna last. Let's just try it and see. I'll text you when I wake up, before I get my coffee cup. That says a lot about what I think. If I haven't had my morning drink, and I know that I just met you, but I keep on thinking about what we could do. So next time you come to see me, let's find out if we have chemistry. Yeah. When can we try to see if we have any chemistry? No, I'm not talking about science class. I want something that is gonna last a little bit longer than I've had in the past. Let's just try it and see. Let's just see if we have any chemistry. Let's just see if we have any chemistry. Let's just see if we have. I don't think I fucked it up.
Except for that part.
We can edit that out.
Yeah, we can edit that. We can get that in post, bro.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. You just got to hear Matt Chellini and Rivers Edge and their song Chemistry. Give it up. I love having Matt here, and the fact that he likes my beers helps. We get to do a second review. I reviewed this beer on my own. I like having people again. My brew tubers, you guys have never actually, you've seen all my beer reviews, but this is an actual, I got the whole freaking crew together. So it's kind of nice to do. This is the last of the CitraPhonic IPA. I bottled this a couple weeks back. I hope the hell it's held up. And I have Lee has already had this, and I have the non-IPA guy here that's brave enough. Please tell me you're carbonated. Please tell me you're carbonated.
Oh,
I heard a little.
very little.
Yeah. Hey, little is better than nothing.
See what happens.
This is good. But I'm not drinking
I'm
that.
going to go aggressive on the pour so that I do have, hey, everybody pass this puppy around. There should be enough for these little bitty guys here. Let me see. Let me try to make sure this is held up. Well, that did. There's no doubt about that in the aroma. There's a lot of hops in this bad boy.
It's delicious.
You haven't.
I almost spewed beer clean across the damn fire pit. Let me think about what's happened here, because this beer has changed a little bit. Now Lee and Bill had this when we were doing rehearsal one night. I still had it in the tap. The bitter, it's right off the bat, man. There is definitely a bitterness here. There's something that has changed a little bit about it, I think.
Carl's face says it all.
He is not a fan, and it's okay because he really does not like IPAs. We have said it on the show before. IPA stands for...
Yes, you want to
It's
try.
piss
it.
already.
It's piss already. There is a slight interesting character that's changed about it. The honey. I used a honey malt in this beer, and it is not as prevalent on the back end as it was, which I find kind of interesting. There was a sweetness with the honey, and I'm barely getting any of it anymore.
I kind of got it on the first sip.
Yeah, I'm tasting the honey.
Like in the front, though, not on the
Yeah,
And
back.
that could be
right.
because I've been drinking Belgian Wits all day.
Could have been because you were just drinking all day.
There is definitely, I can tell you straight up, well, yeah, I have been. There is definitely, you will know that this is a bigger beer because it is at 7.7. There's a little bit of alcohol to it. I used, the malt bill on this was just a simple 2-row, caramel crystal 20, and honey malt. And the honey malt was to add that little bit of sweetness. I feel, you guys still taste it. I feel like it's lost a little bit since last time I drank it.
Well,
But that's me. Lee, I know you've had it before. You still dig it, or do you think it's...
Oh, I still
you still like it?
Yes.
I don't even have to ask you. Thoughts? You're more of an IPA guy.
Yeah, I didn't taste it the first time, so I don't know exactly how much honey you all had. I don't taste a whole lot of honey, but no, this is still very good.
You like
This is
it?
Very good. Yes, I do.
It's actually not honey as so much as it's actually a honey malt.
Okay.
The malt itself, I have no idea how they make it or where it comes from, but it is imbued with a very honey-like sweetness
Beer
to it.
bees.
Drunk bees. Drunk bees make it.
We have to get
Tell us
technical
about this,
every
Trace.
once in a while.
Oh, God.
How do they get the bees drunk?
Yeah, really.
No, wait a minute.
Tiny-
These are
tiny
beer-
little
beer
mugs.
bees make beer
Little baby mugs.
Little-
They make
instead
straight
of
beer.
honey.
little baby mugs. So yeah,
So the IBUs you said were 64.
they're
Now, this
about
is-
64, I think is.
Yeah,
We're
this is
looking at
good.
about 64. We finished out at 7.7%, and it is loaded with Warrior, Centennial, and just a crap ton of Citra hops. And you dig it. What do you think?
I'm not normally a fan of IPAs,
Okay.
but this is very smooth
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
as compared to my normal
Yeah, I
tasting
was
of
going
IPAs.
to say, for me, the sweetness helps cut the,
Absolutely.
the hops up front.
Yeah, that
Which
So
is
kinda
kind of
honey
what I had
malt-
hoped.
That honey malt balances it out.
Yeah,
like, really
so-
well.
And if you still think that it's there enough that it cuts
Yeah,
it out.
oh, I do.
I was definitely worried because when you
Yeah.
have it on tap and then you bottle it, you there's always that.
Right.
And there wasn't as much carbonation, but if you do an aggressive pour, and if you notice,
Yeah.
it's still sticking around.
Yeah.
So it's definitely carbonated. And Matt, you're
No, I
kind of an IPA guy, but not
I'm
a big one.
coming around
Right.
to it, but yeah, the bitterness is not there like you would expect.
Oh, it's definitely there.
It's there, but it's
Yeah, that
kind of
sweetness
mellows it
up
out a
front
little bit.
kind of cuts
The-
the
the
bitterness
sweetness.
down.
sweet.
It's still bitter on the end.
Yeah, the
This
back end is very
actually,
hoppy.
Yeah.
this IPA,
Oh, there, no doubt.
this IPA would make me change my outlook, because normally when I look and see the list and IPAs are the bottom.
I caught that. I'm sorry. I tried not to register it. I'm listening. Sorry. I'm sorry.
We
I
have
just
some off-camera
Peanut
action.
gallery.
you can't help it when
Tasted this
somebody's
the last time,
right.
and like you said, the smoothness of it, it was like, wow, I can really like an IPA.
You and Bill
This
both.
is it.
We had band rehearsal, and you and
I
Bill
would
really
buy
dug
this.
Uh-oh, you got
There you
another
go,
idea.
another one.
I would totally buy this.
Oh, sweet.
I would.
All right, kids, that's a short one. We're done. Thank you to Matt Chellini and Rivers Edge. Thank you. Check us out, Matt. Where can we find all your stuff? Plugs. Where do
Down by
your
the river.
Facebook, Instagram?
Yeah, Facebook, Instagram, Spotify.
You got a
Apple
new
Music.
album out.
I do have a new.
Where do you find that?
It's on pretty much any streaming outlet.
Spotify.
Yeah,
All that kind of
Spotify,
stuff.
You're on
Apple,
YouTube too, right?
You got
Yeah,
YouTube. And when's the vinyl due?
I talked to them last
still have
week.
the press.
They had to order because I'm doing a colored vinyl,
Right.
so they had to order that. So hopefully by next month
Okay, sweet.
I'll have the vinyl.
Thank you, brother. I appreciate you coming and playing
Yeah,
for
man.
us.
Anytime.
Love having you guys. And now the rest of this evening, you guys don't get to see any of it, but we get to enjoy them play more music. So check WorkShop Studio Micro-Brewery. See us on Facebook. Check us out on Twitter. Find us on Instagram, which is where I prefer to be. And of course, you are watching us on YouTube. Thank you, people. Cheers. Woo-hoo!
I'll give you the clap. That sounded really bad, but
I was gonna say,
Yeah.
please no.
no.
I would really prefer that you didn't.
The video clap. What do you call that?
Sweet.
All right, more beer.
More beer.
Oh gosh.
See, I can still move.
I know. Of all the damnedest things. Camera's on. Mary Jane.
I'll one from you.
Give him the finger.
Okay.
Mary Jane, 8 minutes.
8 minutes.
8 minutes. We don't have as much bullshit to talk about on this one.
All right, you gonna pour first, or are we gonna pour while we're talking?
We're gonna pour while we're talking.
All right.
Just pass this on. We've gone around. Hi. 3, 2. Oh, and you don't have to applause on the welcome back. Oh, except everybody has to have heard the imaginary song. So yes, we have to applaud that.
That was like nothing I've ever heard.
And it was chemistry, right? Chemistry is the name of the song. We have to remember
Chemistry,
that.
okay. Yeah.
Because they don't
It
know
has
what we're
nothing
doing.
to do with
Okay.
science.
No.
Nothing to do with science. All right, ready?
All right, let's do it.
3, 2, and.